Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Welcome you to my series Learn Radiology with Dr. Anil Joshi. In this series, we have covered a different aspect of radiology, both theoretical as far as physics is concerned, as far as technology is concerned, as far as cases are concerned, and all detail about all the branches of radiology. Today's lecture is over the radiophysics, and that also factors controlling X-ray beam. It is going to be physics lecture. I am trying to make it simplified because most of us usually prefer a simplified form as far as physics is concerned, but we are very much interested as far as CT, ultrasound, MRI are concerned. So what are the factors controlling X-ray beam characteristics? Let's consider one after another. One is tube current, that is MA. Second is the exposure timing. Third is the filtration. Then comes the focal spot or focal size. Then comes the collimation. Distance, that is the distance between tube and the object. Then beam quality versus quantity, etc. Each and everything of it we are going to consider one after another. First is a tube voltage, that is kV, popularly called as. There is a beam energy and penetration power. More are the kVs, deeper will be penetration by it because it will have more energy with it. Now description. kVp, that is kilo voltage peak, controls the energy of the electron striking the anode, and thus quality, that is the penetrating power of the beam. The key facts are high kV are more penetrating, then it affects contrast. We'll get high kV will result into low contrast, and low kV will be with a higher contrast, like we use it when doing mammographies. Then it affects patient dose. High kV, the dose will be lower. Please note, high kV will reduce MS and therefore it will reduce patient dose. Now what is the clinical relevance? Is optimizing kVp is crucial for balancing image quality versus radiation. Exposure in chest versus abdominal radiograph. Some places we need high contrast, like bone radiography is different than abdominal KUB radiographs. Now what is the tube current? MA, that is a photon quantity. Description is the multi-ampere controls the number of electrons flowing per second from the cathode to anode. What are the key effects? It directly affects quantity, that is intensity of the X-rays. High MA will result into more X-rays, will result into increased dose and increased density. Clinical relevance is important when short exposure times are used. They are needed to be reduced. They reduce motion artifact because ultimately what counts is MAS value. Once the MA are increased, the S has to go down because the product remains same. So when you apply high MA, the patient's time, the radiation will be on, the exposure timing will be less, and because of that, if timing is less, then movement will not come. There are certain things where we cannot stop the movement, like heart motion we cannot stop. So in all chest X-rays we try to use maximum MA and minimum second. So also in pediatric cases where they are crying or moving. Now exposure timing is a total X-ray output. It is a duration, it is a time in which the X-rays were on. Now what is the description? Exposure time determines how long the tube emits X-ray. Now the important facts are, longer the time, more will be X-ray photons. It affects motion blur and image sharpness. What is its relevance? Is in pediatric or uncooperative patients where the short time will be preferred and long time will not be preferred for the motion artifacts. So MA has to be, in that case, when you want to increase the MA, the seconds will drop down, and ultimately the effect will be the patient's sharpness, image sharpness will be more. Now MAS is important, overall photon quantity, which takes into consideration MA and second. That MAS combines tube current and the time. It controls the total radiation dose and image brightness. What is the importance of it? The linearity affects image density. Then too low, if it is too low, that is underexposed. If it is too high, it is overexposed. The dose will be high, image details will be less, and will not be able to extract the clinical details as we want. The clinical relevance is MA is often adjusted to control image brightness in a digital system. Now filtration is important. Filtration is for obtaining a uniform quality X-rays. Now beam hardening, that is to remove the low energy X-rays which not only do not cause the image but also they cause a fog, so we don't want them. The filters usually are aluminum. They are put to the tube. They absorb low energy photons, and that is why we get beam hardening or uniform quality KVs when they emerge out of tube. Now what will be its effect? The increased beam quality or hardening of the beam will increase the clarity, increase the sharpness, and it reduces skin dose, because unnecessarily the radiation will be for the skin, which is of no use. Now clinical relevance is built-in infiltration and added filters are key in pediatric radiography and in mammography, where we need high contrast, and in pediatric we need sharp picture in an uncooperative patient. Now what is the focal spot size? It affects spatial resolution. Then the size of the electron impacts area on the anode target. What it will result into? It will result in a smaller focal spot. The sharper image will be there, and you will get better details. So good for radiologists to give a correct interpretation. Large focal spot handles more heat, used for a longer body exposures. So this is important where we want to go for a longer exposure like spine, or when we want to go a serial like cine radiography, or when angiography, when we need to take rapid pictures. Now what is the clinical relevance? A small focus spot are essentially in extremity radiographs where you need sharper picture, and also in angiography where the sharpness and thin vessels, small vessels are needed. The source to the image distance, SSD, is another important thing, since radiation follows inverse square law. The moment you increase the distance, the radiation will also change. Increase in distance, you will need radiation also more. So source to image distance from cassette to tube distance has to be perfect, optimized. The distance of X-ray tube to detector determines also magnification, clarity, etc. Now what is its effect? Greater the source image distance, lower intensity, because it follows inverse square law. It affects magnification, sharpness and exposures. Clinical relevance is for standard distance. For chest it is 180 centimeter, for bucky or for table it is 100 centimeters. So that you have to follow, and that has to be consistent, so that radiologist eye will get used to the magnification. Now beam collimation or field size control, the mechanical restrictors or collimators limit the size and sharpness, or because you restrict the size, because only you are targeting at the area of interest, scatter radiation will be less. So image you will get clear, patient will receive less radiation, and collimation is extremely essential from radiation dose point of view. Now how you have to decide it, or how it will make impact. It will reduce the scatter, it will improve the image contrast, it will lower the radiation, and non-target area will not get radiation. There is no need to radiate them. The clinical relevance is crucial for radiation protection and image clarity, because you are going to reduce here scatter. Now, beam quality versus beam quantity. Now, first, beam quality, controlled mainly by KVP and infiltration, defines penetrating power. Now, beam quantity controls, it is controlled by MA and second MS. It defines how many X-rays are produced. Clinical relevance is important for undergoing contrast and exposure trade-off in differential or in different image needed. Now, grid and scattered control. Now, scattered radiation just cause a fog without sharpness, and that needs to be cut off. Now, how you do it? With the help of grid. Grids are placed between the patients and the detector to remove the scattered radiation. It improves image contrast, requires increased exposure, because here scatter you are cutting off. So that is called as grid factor. Clinical relevance is the essential for abdominal and chest radiograph when body thickness is more than 10 centimeters. Even with pelvis, with both hip, lumbar spine, skull, everywhere you go with the grid. Chest X-ray, you may or may not. If you are taking for the ribs, then you go with the grid. If you are going for the lungs, heart, no need. Factors controlling the X-ray beam. The X-ray beam may be modified by altering the beam, that is the exposure duration, exposure rate, energy, sharp, that is collimation, and intensity. So, time, MA, KV, filtration, collimation, and target patient distance are to be considered. Exposure timing, duration of the exposure, and thus the number of photons generated is the total time. Now, exposure time is directly proportional to number of photons generated at all the energies. Now, different energies will be possessed by the photons. They will have different KVs, right from the 30, 40 up to 80, 90. So, there has to be some filtration. So, that is also important, and here we take into consideration all these things. Now, let us see tube current. The quantity of the duration produced by an X-ray tube. Here we have given a graphical presentation. We have already seen as far as description is concerned, as far as details are concerned, and graphically see the photon energy versus relative number of photons is the MA. Now, beam quantity or the beam intensity refers to the number of photons. Now, tube voltage KVP, again we are coming to some graphical presentations, how it will be photon energy versus relevant number of photons. Tube voltage is directly proportional to the energy of each electron which strikes the anode. Thus, there is increased efficiency of conversion of the electron energy into the X-ray photons, and there is increase in number of photons generated, their mean energy and their maximum energy. Now, what is half value here? HVL. The thickness of the absorber, such as aluminium, required to reduce by 1/2 the number of X-ray photons passing through it. Beam quality refers to the mean energy of an X-ray beam. Now, X-ray beam consists of a spectrum of X-ray photons of different energies. Low energy photons cannot reach the receptor and contribute to the patient's exposure. They unnecessarily increase the exposure. They unnecessarily increase the risk of radiation. They give no benefit, just they give a fog. So they needs to be filtered out by different types. These low energy photons should be removed from the beam, that is called a filter or filtration. Energy of the photons should be sufficiently high to penetrate through anatomic structures and reach the image receptor. There are two types of filters, inherited filters. Then primary beam passes through a glass window. There is glass envelope in which the tube is embedded, that is vacuum tube. That is the first primary filter, that is inherent filter. The insulating oil and the tube head seal, they absorb the low energy X-rays. Approximately these are equivalent to 0.5 to 1 mm of aluminium, that is the just comparative measure. Then added filtration is placement of aluminum disc in the path of the X-ray beam. You must have seen with the X-ray tube that there is a plate, thin aluminum of different thickness. Usually it is 0.5 mm. You can appreciate. If not, still you can go and find it in your X-ray machine near the tube head where the tube outlet is there. Then the total filtration is equal to inherent filtration plus added filtration. That will give a total filtration. 1.5 mm of aluminium up to 70 kV, which are our standard required for routine adult radiography. 2.5 mm of the aluminium for the higher voltages. But for all practical purpose, you can take it as 0.5. Then this is a collimator. You can see the collimation. Metallic barriers usually are laid with aperture. They have got shutters which can be controlled. You can reduce the size, you can close them or you can open them. They are of two types. One are fixed, like they are in dental tube, and another is adjustable. You can have cone also. You can attach cone to the X-ray tube. That will make a fixed collimation. Then again, on the basis of shape, it's either round or rectagonal. Collimation again continuing. Look at this. This is a round collimator. The circle of 7 cm in diameter, thick plate of radiopaque material, usually lead, then circular opening centered over the port. Increase radiation. It will increase the radiation because most of the radiation will be cut off by the lead, and only whichever is through the opening will penetrate the patient, but you will get a sharp image. Then it can be rectangular, just larger than the film size. Specifically required film holding instrument. Then it improves quality, sharpness, reduce scatter radiation, that is Compton scattering. We have already got different videos on that. It reduces the exposure area and thus the number of scattered photons reaching the film. Now this is the diagrammatic representation of intensity. See how the distance, the target patient distance, here we have shown. Diagram is better, easy to understand. Intensity of X-ray beam is the number of photons per cross-section area per unit of the exposure. It is inversely proportional to the square of the distance, that is inverse square law that is followed, that is in different terms. Then what is the conclusion what we have seen just now? The factors controlling X-ray beam characteristic are exposure duration, timer, then exposure rate, that is MA, then energy, that is kVp, and filtration, then sharpness by the collimator, then intensity by the target distance. With that, we are coming to end of this lecture. I thank you for giving me your valuable time. I hope I have added into the knowledge. I have tried to make this topic very simple, though a more detailed lecture is available on our website. Do visit our website and you will find lot of different videos in different depth and different details. With that, this is Dr. Anil Joshi logging off. Till we meet next time, I'm sure shortly in next video. Goodbye, good luck and take care.